The easel looks like wood, but it's actually made of solid metal. As for the rose, she already had it tucked inside her shirt when the trick began. The necklace was taped to the back of the easel. So when the magician reaches inside the painting, she simply hands him the flower. The same is true for the necklace. Now he needs to call on all of his magical powers. The assistant waits for her cue, then pops through the center of the canvas. And the masked magician has done it again. Picasso couldn't have done it any better.
We begin with one of the most dangerous illusions ever attempted, the bed of spikes. This is a world-class magician performing these perilous tricks. Please do not attempt any of tonight's illusions at home. Check out the spikes. They are 18 inches long and made of steel. The top platform weighs more than 500 pounds, and when it comes crashing down, it is capable of driving the sharpened spikes straight through a slab of solid cement. Imagine what that would do to our magician if this weren't just a trick. He gives the cue, and out come his lovely assistants. This illusion dates all the way back to the 19th century. It was originally called the Death of Cora. These are not the masked magician's regular assistants, so we can show you their faces without fear of revealing his true identity. He lies down on the bed of spikes. I don't think he's going to get much sleep. His assistants tie him down. They use thick leather straps to make sure his hands and feet are tightly secured. He struggles to break free, but can't. Now a black curtain is drawn. The curtain is supposed to spare the audience the gruesome sight of our magician being impaled by the deadly spikes. Notice that you can see all the way underneath the bed of spikes. This is to prove that the magician didn't just sneak out the back, or else you'd see his feet. Everything is set. One of the assistants pulls on a rope and the spikes come plunging down. Sounds like they found their mark. But the show just started, so you know we wouldn't let that happen. How did the magician disappear just a split second before getting shish kebabbed by the spikes? Here are the secrets. In order for the illusion to work, the audience must believe that the spikes are real. I can tell you for a fact that they are. And if you think the spikes simply retract into the top platform, you're wrong. That's not how the trick is done. Once his assistants have strapped him down and the curtain is drawn, the magician must begin his escape. He only has a small area in which to hide to avoid being skewered by the spikes. But first things first. The buckles and straps are real, so it looks like he's tied down. But he's not. It's really just Velcro. That's how he breaks free. Now the magician must quickly roll off the platform and onto the ledge in order to avoid being impaled. The assistant pulls on the rope, and the spikes come crashing down, just inches away from him. He hurries back into position. The curtain is parted. And there he is, without a scratch on him. Now the masked magician will perform an illusion known as the stretch. He examines the huge cabinet that has supposedly been designed to stretch a human body. What will they think of next? An assistant comes out to lend a hand with this bizarre illusion. The magician unlocks the front doors. Then he opens the back panels so you can see all the way through the cabinet. This is to show you that there are no secret compartments or hiding places inside. The doors are closed and the magician inspects the stretching device. Now a stool is brought out. Here comes the assistant that's about to be stretched. She's in a pretty good mood for someone who's going to be pulled from limb to limb. She is now locked inside the contraption. Brave girl. Once the doors are closed, her hands and feet are put into position. The magician tickles them to convince you that they are real. Now he tugs on a rope, and the stretch begins. It appears as if her arms and legs are being pulled right out of their sockets. She must have a high threshold of pain. The magician slides her head to the top of the cabinet. Looks like she's going to need a good chiropractor. Her head is forced to the bottom. Then it's brought back up. Now for a little Linda Blair exorcist action. A perfect 360. Doesn't seem humanly possible. Her hands and feet are put back into their original position. Then her restraints are removed. The doors are opened, and there she is, in perfect shape. Now for the secrets. The magician spends a great deal of time trying to convince you that the cabinet is empty, but it isn't. When the trick begins, two assistants are already hidden inside. Before the front doors are open, the assistants climb out the back and stand on tiny ledges, so you won't be able to see their feet underneath the cabinet. Then just before the back doors are opened, they climb around to the side. Those decorative tassels and pegs are actually handles to help the assistants maneuver around on the narrow ledge. You can't see them on the side of the cabinet because the front doors are now open and blocking your view. Once the back doors are closed, the assistants hide again behind the cabinet. When the assistant that's about to be stretched gets inside, so do the other assistants. It's their hands and feet that you see during the trick. They wear the same fingernail polish and stockings of the assistant being stretched to make the illusion seem even more convincing. Watch as they put their hands and feet into the holes and prepare for the stretch.